Welcome to a journey through the eyes of Auguste Toulmouche, an artist whose brushstrokes captured not just the elegance of the 19th century, but also hinted at the dawn of a revolutionary art movement, Impressionism. The Consolation by Auguste Toulmouche is a deeply moving piece that captures a private moment of human connection. In this finely detailed painting, we see two figures, likely a mother and daughter, in an embrace that speaks. The setting is an opulent 19th century interior, indicative of the bourgeois lifestyle that Toulmouche often depicted. The mother, dressed in a rich black gown that cascades and folds to the floor, holds her daughter close. The daughter, whose posture and closed eyes suggest she is seeking comfort, leans into her mother's shoulder, finding refuge from her sorrows. The mother's face is serene, her eyes closed as well, as if to say that she too draws strength from this intimate embrace. In the background, the room is adorned with the trappings of wealth. A gilded mirror, a plush upholstered chair with a delicate lace workbox on it, and a finely crafted vase holding a single bloom. These items, while beautiful, stand in stark contrast to the central human drama, highlighting the transient nature of material wealth compared to the enduring power of love and empathy. Toulmouche's brushwork is meticulous. From the intricate patterns of the lace and upholstery to the reflective surfaces of the mirror and polished wood, the soft, ambient light casts gentle shadows and imbues the scene with a warm, almost ethereal glow, enhancing the emotive quality of the painting. This work, while not overtly dramatic, quietly commands the viewer's attention and evokes a sense of intrinsic understanding and compassion. It is a testament to the artist's ability to convey profound emotional depth within the confines of a simple yet elegant domestic scene. A Vanity by Auguste Toulmouche is a striking depiction of youthful beauty and self-admiration, rich in detail and subtle in storytelling. The painting portrays a young woman in a lavish dress standing before a large mirror into which she gazes with a look of self-contented pleasure. The subject is dressed in a sumptuous pink gown, the fabric of which is rendered with exquisite detail, capturing the soft sheen and flowing drapery of the material. The gown, with its delicate ribbons and bows, accentuates the woman's slender figure and the fashion of Toulmouche's era. As she looks at her reflection, there is an air of confidence and perhaps a touch of vanity in her pose. Her face reflected back at her is the picture of serenity and satisfaction. The interaction between the woman and her mirror image is the central focus of the piece, inviting viewers to reflect on the nature of beauty and the act of looking at oneself. The setting of the painting is equally opulent, with a grandiose gilded mirror that not only reflects the woman's image, but also adds to the luxurious atmosphere. The mirror stands against a wall of soft blue, adorned with elegant floral patterns, which contrast beautifully with the warmth of the gold and the pink of her gown. On the table beside the mirror, an open jewelry box and a vase filled with fresh flowers suggest a lifestyle of leisure and affluence. But the attention to detail in these objects, from the petals of the flowers to the intricate designs of the jewelry box, showcases Toulmouche's skill in still life as well as portraiture. Light plays a significant role in this painting, illuminating the woman and her dress, highlighting her curves and the texture of the fabric, and casting a warm ambiance throughout the room. A vanity is more than a portrait of a woman. It is a window into the culture of the time, reflecting societal notions of femininity, wealth, and the pursuit of beauty. It invites a contemplation of self-image and the human desire to be seen and admired, themes that are as relevant today as they were in the 19th century. The Letter by Auguste Toulmouche is a captivating work that portrays a moment frozen in time, rich with narrative and emotional depth. The painting shows a young woman in an exquisite blue satin gown, which Toulmouche has rendered with astonishing realism. The fabric of her dress cascades in luxurious folds, reflecting the light with a shimmer that speaks to the artist's mastery of texture and color. The woman's posture suggests she has just paused, perhaps mid-thought or in a moment of contemplation, with a delicate handkerchief pressed to her lips. Her eyes meet the viewer's, her expression mingling introspection with a hint of expectancy or apprehension, leaving one to wonder about the contents of the letter that has prompted such a reflective state. Behind her, the setting is one of refined elegance. The wall is adorned with a decorative floral pattern, delicate and understated, which complements the boldness of her dress. A table draped in a richly embroidered cloth holds an arrangement of flowers, their soft colors and fragile forms offering a contrast to the vivid blue of the gown and adding to the overall sense of harmony and beauty in the composition. In the details of the room, such as the ornate gold frame of the mirror and the finely painted vase, we see the hallmarks of wealth and sophistication that are characteristic of Toulmouche's work, evoking the ambience of the French upper class in the late 19th century. The painting is not just a visual treat. It is a narrative piece that invites the viewer to ponder the story behind the scene, the letter, the handkerchief, the woman's gaze. All these elements work together to create a storyline that is open to interpretation, allowing each viewer to craft a personal narrative that speaks to the universal themes of love, anticipation, and the private moments of our lives. For new art lovers, the letter serves as a perfect example of Toulmouche's ability to blend technical skill with storytelling. It is a painting that not only demonstrates the artist's ability to capture the opulence of his time, but also to delve into the subtleties of human emotion and the complexities of social interaction. A Young Woman in a Rose Garden by Auguste Toulmouche is a romantic and charming painting that conveys the tender beauty of both the subject and her surroundings. The artwork features a young woman gracefully clutching a bouquet of roses, each petal and leaf painted with delicate precision. The woman is adorned in a strikingly detailed light blue gown with fine white patterns that mimic the intricate lacework popular in Toulmouche's era. The fabric of her dress wraps around her in soft ripples, catching the light in a way that makes the material seem almost tangible to the viewer. The gentle cascade of her gown enhances her feminine silhouette, contributing to the overall air of genteel refinement. Her pose is relaxed yet elegant, with a gentle turn of the body that suggests a moment of pause in her stroll through the garden. Her gaze, direct yet softened with a dreamy quality, engages the viewer, inviting them into this tranquil scene. The affection with which she holds the flowers close to her suggests a deep appreciation for the simple, natural beauty of the roses, which are a traditional symbol of love and beauty. The rose garden in the background, a canvas of soft pastels and varied textures, creates an atmosphere of serene abundance. Toulmouche has skillfully painted each bloom and leaf, allowing the background to become a lush and inviting space, yet keeping the focus on the young woman through the use of softer focus and lighter colors in the garden, compared to the more vivid and detailed rendering of the subject. The play of light in this painting is subtle, with soft shadows and highlights that give depth to the folds of her dress and the petals of the roses, enhancing the three-dimensional effect of the work. For those new to art, A Young Woman in a Rose Garden exemplifies the 19th century aesthetic of beauty and elegance. Toulmouche's work is often celebrated for its detailed depiction of contemporary fashion and the leisurely life of the bourgeoisie, and this painting is a splendid example of his ability to capture the grace of both his subject and nature with a tender and perceptive brush. An Afternoon Idyll by Auguste Toulmouche is a lush and evocative painting that captures a serene moment of leisure and intimacy. The artwork depicts two women in a state of relaxed repose, lounging on a plush red settee, surrounded by the luxury and opulence that characterized the upper-class interiors of the 19th century. The woman on the left is dressed in an elaborate pink gown adorned with ruffles and bows, her dress spilling over the couch in a cascade of fabric that is rendered with exquisite attention to the texture and flow of the material. She is depicted in a moment of restful ease, with a book lying open in her lap, suggesting perhaps she has just drifted off while reading, succumbing to the quiet of the afternoon. The woman on the right wears a striking blue and gold dress, the rich colors of her attire complementing the warm tones of the room. She leans back against an ornate pillow, her eyes closed and her face wearing an expression of contentment. The relaxed posture and closed eyes of both women convey a sense of tranquility and the luxuriousness of time spent without immediate demands or concerns. The setting is a room filled with decorative elements that speak to the tastes and fashions of the era. A finely crafted oriental screen stands in the background, its detailed imagery adding an exotic touch to this. A stately stove in the corner provides a suggestion of warmth, enhancing the coziness of the setting. The richly patterned wallpaper, the ornate cushions, and the detailed carpet all contribute to a sense of richness and depth in the paint. Light filters into the room, casting gentle shadows and highlights that accentuate the folds of the dresses and the softness of the cushions, creating a play of light and texture that adds to the overall sense of depth and realism. For those new to art, An Afternoon Idyll is a masterful example of Toulmouche's skill in portraying the quiet moments of domestic life with a richness of detail and a palpable sense of atmosphere. It invites viewers to step into a world of quiet luxury and to contemplate the beauty of a moment of peaceful contemplation. An Elegant Beauty by Auguste Toulmouche is a painting that celebrates the grace and sophistication of its subject amidst a lush garden setting. The artwork features a young woman dressed in a resplendent gown of light blue with white accents that emphasize her slender waist and the gentle swell of the skirt. The fabric of her dress is rendered with a remarkable sense of texture and realism, allowing the viewer to almost feel the softness of the material and the weight of the folds. The woman stands in a poised yet relaxed stance within a garden. The backdrop is a tapestry of blooming roses of various hues, from delicate whites and pinks to deeper reds, set against a lattice that suggests a well-maintained, private space. The abundance and variety of the roses may symbolize the woman's own multifaceted elegance and the bloom of youth. Her pose, with one hand delicately touching her neck and the other holding a bird, is both demure and alluring. Her facial expression is one of gentle confidence, her eyes meeting the viewers with an enigmatic touch that is characteristic of Toulmouche's subjects. The play of light and shadow across her features and dress adds depth and volume to the figure, showcasing Toulmouche's skill in portraying the subtleties of form and light. In the foreground, the details are sharp and clear, from the pattern on the woman's fan to the intricate trim on her dress. As the viewer's eye moves towards the background, the garden becomes a dreamlike haze of color and light, creating a sense of depth and context without drawing attention away from the central figure. For those new to art appreciation, An Elegant Beauty is a work that embodies the romanticism and attention to detail that are hallmarks of 19th century academic paint. Toulmouche's artistry lies in his ability to capture the height of fashion and beauty of his time while also conveying a sense of the personality and inner life of his subjects. This painting invites viewers to appreciate not only the aesthetic qualities of the era, but also the nuanced interplay between individual and setting that gives the work its timeless appeal. An Exotic Beauty in an Interior by Auguste Toulmouche is a painting that evokes a sense of quiet contemplation and cultural richness. The artwork depicts a woman seated in a luxurious interior, dressed in an ornate costume that suggests a blend of Eastern influence and Western fashion. The subject is adorned in a blue gown with elaborate gold patterns, a design that conveys opulence and a sense of the exotic. Her attire is complemented by a vibrant shawl with intricate designs, and she wears a headscarf that frames her face, adding to her enigmatic allure. Her posture is one of relaxed elegance. She is seated, but her body is turned slightly, creating a sense of depth and three-dimensionality in the painting. Her expression is serene and introspective, with her gaze directed away from the viewer, as if lost in thought or gazing into the distance. This gives the viewer a feeling of witnessing a private moment, inviting contemplation about the woman's thoughts or the nature of her solitude. The setting around her is filled with rich textures and patterns, from the embroidered cushions to the ornate carpet and the delicate floral wallpaper. Each element is painted with meticulous detail, showcasing Toulmouche's skill in rendering different materials and surfaces. The wallpaper, with its subtle flowers and leaves, seems to echo the patterns on her gown, suggesting a harmony between the subject and her environment. A small table beside her holds a vase with lilies, which are often symbols of purity and refined beauty, and an open book, perhaps hinting at the woman's intellectual interests or the leisurely pace of her day. For those new to art, An Exotic Beauty in an Interior is a work that exemplifies Toulmouche's talent for creating portraits that are not only visually striking, but also rich in narrative potential. The painting invites viewers to appreciate the beauty of the subject, the opulence of her surroundings, and to consider the cultural narratives that such a scene evokes through his use of color, pattern, and composition. Toulmouche provides a window into a world of quiet elegance and cross-cultural fascination. As we close the pages on today's artistic journey, we hope you've been inspired by the timeless beauty that has graced your screen. If you've enjoyed exploring the vintage art treasures and wish to continue uncovering the stories behind each masterpiece, please consider subscribing to our channel. By joining our community, you'll be the first to experience our upcoming art explorations and get exclusive insights into the world of classic and contemporary art. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay notified about our latest videos. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to welcoming you back for our next art adventure.